वेलकम फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल लीगल इन्फॉर्मेशन बाय लाभ सिंह संधू। आज मैं आपके लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट की लैंडमार्क जजमेंट्स लेकर आया हूँ। ये जजमेंट ऐसी हैं जो हर किसी लॉ स्टूडेंट को, हर किसी एडवोकेट को और जो कंपटीशन की तैयारी कर रहे हैं जैसे जुडिशल एग्ज़ाम और यूपीएससी और आईएएस एग्ज़ाम, इनमें ये जजमेंट्स बहुत काम आती हैं और हर बार ये रिपीट होती हैं। और ये हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की फाउंडेशन स्टोन है, क्योंकि इन्हीं जजमेंट से बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर की थ्योरी की शुरुआत हुई थी। तो सबसे पहले जो मेरी पहली जजमेंट है वो है री बेरुबरी केस। री बेरुबरी केस क्वेश्चन रेज हुआ इसमें कि वेदर प्रेम्बल इज पार्ट ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और नॉट। वेदर preamble is part of constitution or not। इसमें ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने हेल्ड किया कि preamble is not a part of constitution। preamble is not a part of constitution। बट इसके साथ ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने फाइंडिंग दी कि इट इज ए की विच कैन ओपन द माइंड ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मेकर। इट इज की which can open the mind of constitution maker। which can open the mind of constitution maker। Next judgment is Shankari Prasad versus Union of India। Shankari Prasad versus Union of India। Union of India। This judgment is related to First Amendment case। First Amendment of Constitution। Actually, there was Zamindari system was prevalent before independence, and after independence it is also prevalent। Our parliament, according to our constitution, wants to achieve the social justice। That's why first amendment was made in the constitution। But before that amendment there is problem। What is problem? Problem is our fundamental right। Our constitution provide us to fundamental rights। Fundamental rights are right to property, right to equality, right to life and liberty, and the obstacle against that amendment was the right to property, because that amendment was against the right to property। That's why our constitution maker has made the first amendment, but that amendment was challenging in that case on the ground that that amendment violates the right to equality and right to property। That is Article 14 and Article 19(1)(f). And in that case, question was whether constitutional amendment was law or not। whether constitutional amendment law or not? Because according to Article 13, every law which violates the fundamental rights is void. So, according to Article 3, any law made by the state which violates the fundamental rights it is void. So that's why this question was challenged under that case. Thereafter, Honorable Supreme Court held that Honorable Supreme Court held that Honorable Supreme Court held that constitutional amendment is not a law. Not a law within Article 13 of Constitution of India. And Honorable Supreme Court also held that the Parliament has amending power to amend the Constitution, and Parliament can amend each and every article of Constitution. Next case is Sajjan Singh versus State of Rajasthan. This case is related to 17th Amendment case. In that case, th Amendment was challenged under that case. Moreover, in that amendment, 44 new acts were added under the 9th schedule of Constitution. In that case again, the amendment was challenged on the ground that it violates the fundamental rights, and again question arises whether amendment of Constitution is law or not. Question is whether amendment of Constitution is law or not. In that case, again, Honorable Supreme Court held that the amendment of Constitution is not a law. It was again held by Supreme Court that amendment of Constitution is not a law. and 5 judges has given the judgment by ratio of 3-2, and judgment given by Justice J.R. Mudolkar, who has given the judgment in the minority, is very relevant. Justice J.R. Mudolkar. Their judgment is relevant because first time they have discussed about the basic structures. Basic structure. First time basic structure was discussed by Justice J.R. Mudolkar in Sajjan Singh versus State of Rajasthan. In that judgment, Honorable Justice J.R. Mudolkar given the minority judgment and held that amendment of Constitution does not mean to amend basic structure. Amend basic structure. Because it amounts to rewriting a constitution. Because it amounts to rewriting a constitution. Thereafter, again, issue was again not put at rest, and again another judgment, that is I.C. Golaknath versus State of Punjab. I.C. Golaknath versus State of Punjab came. This judgment of Honorable Supreme Court is also known for doctrine of prospective overruling. This judgment of Honorable Supreme Court also known for doctrine of prospective overruling. Actually, what happened? William Golaknath, who owns the 500-acre land in the Punjab. Punjab has passed Punjab Security of Land Tenure Act. Punjab Security of Land Tenure Act. Under that act, a person can keep a land up to only 30 acres. In that act, there is ceiling limit to keep the land. That is up to 30 acres. As William Golaknath owns the land up to 500 acres, that's why he challenged that amendment, 17th Amendment, before the Honorable Supreme Court. In that case, question was raised whether fundamental rights can be amended or not. Question was whether fundamental rights can be amended or not. Second question was that whether constitutional amendment is law or not. So in that case, Honorable Supreme Court held with ratio of 6 to 5. That fundamental rights cannot be amended. Fundamental rights cannot be amended. And constitutional amendment is a law under ordinary rules and regulations. Constitutional amendment is law constitutional amendment fall within the definition of law. And Honorable Supreme Court has given the another ruling, that is doctrine of prospective overruling. That ruling is very important because it means to rule for future, not retrospectively. Supreme Court apply that judgment retrospectively, then its judgment have very deep effect. It may cause very disturbance in our system. That's why Honorable Supreme Court has given the feature of prospective overruling. It means it will overrule all the law, all the amendment which violates the fundamental rights or against the fundamental rights. So these judgments are very important because there is clash between the parliament and judiciary, that who is the supreme. And due to that judgment, 24th Amendment Act was passed. 24th Amendment Act was passed. In order to overcome this judgment, Parliament has passed 24th Amendment Act. Thereafter, one of the landmark judgment came, that is Keshwanand Bharati versus State of Kerala, which is a landmark judgment which comes due to the 24th Amendment Act. That judgment is very important, and that judgment is passed by largest bench of Indian Constitution, that is by 13 judges, and that judgment is passed by with the ratio of 7 to 6. So I will discuss that judgment in my next lecture, because that judgment, that is Keshwanand Bharati versus State of Kerala, is very important and it requires a complete lecture. So I will discuss that judgment in my next lecture. If you like my video and my lecture, so kindly subscribe, like and share. Thank you, friends.